Hello guys, welcome back to a new pathology series and new sessions in which we will study about the cellular adaptations. So what is the cellular adaptations and how it will work and how the cell will undergo the adaptations. So cellular adaptation it also known as growth adaptations. Why it called growth adaptations? Because cell can undergo increase in the size and can decrease in the size. So what is the basic principle behind the cellular adaptation? It simply means if the organ in the homeostasis we already studied. So on organ the homeostasis with physiological stress placed on it. Okay, so until the physiological stress is there, so it will be in the balance conditions. अगर ऊपर से किसी का दबदबा है, stress है, if any pressure will be there, then we always in the balance condition. But if there is a, we will remove the stress or any stress will be there, like any further injury or external injury will be there, then the cell will undergo the adaptations. Like what the adaptation can cell undergo? That is our hypertrophy, hyperplasia. So what are the hypertrophy? So first we will study about the hypertrophy and then we will study about the hyperplasia. So hypertrophy, it simply means that there is a no S in there, no S, and here the S present. So in which there is a S is present, it simply means there is a opposite, and if there is a no S, it simply means there is a increase in size. So make it opposite. So increase in the size, and here is S present, so it will be increase in the number of the cells. Okay. Or remember sun. So if there is a S present, so it means there is a increase in the number of the cells. So there is a no S means increase in the size. So hypertrophy increase, so both it will lead to the formation of. So if there is a size increase in the size of the cell or increase the number of the cells, that ultimately it will lead to the increase in organ size. So it will increase in the organ size. Correct? Yes. Now hypertrophy. Little more about the hypertrophy. What is the cause of the hypertrophy and what the mechanism behind it? So what the cause for the hypertrophy? So hypertrophy, it can be caused. So what the cause of increase in the cell size? So it can be due to gene activations. What happened due to gene activation? There is a cytoskeleton or the protein that present in the cells. So the cytoskeleton protein, they are made up of the proteins. So when the gene will activate, it will lead to the formation of the more protein synthesis. So more protein synthesis will be there. That will lead to the formation of size of the cell or the organ. Then another is one more thing, that projection of the cell organelles. If there is a more cell organelles will be there, that will also lead to the hypertrophy. Okay. Okay. Then what the next? Next we have examples. Example what we can have that it. Okay. Before that, what the hypertrophy? Hypertrophy occur in the dividing or non-dividing cells. There is a size. So dividing means there is increase in the number. So it will occurs in non-dividing or non-proliferating cells. Non-dividing cells, or we can say permanent cells. The cells which are permanent, there will be no. Okay. So that is our hypertrophy. What are the permanent cells we have? What are the permanent cells? Like our cardiac muscles, skeletal muscles, and neurons. Neurons, or we can say nerves. So these are our permanent cells. They only undergo the hypertrophy. They will only undergo the hypertrophy. Only undergo hypertrophy. because the hyperplasia that occurs in the dividing cell. So hyperplasia, it occurs in the dividing cell. That's why these are the permanent cells, and these are non-dividing cells in which there is only and only hypertrophy will be there. Then the next we have further examples. So remember, like examples what we have. First we have the cardiac muscles, skeletal muscles, and the neurons or the nerves. So for example, we have the cardiac muscles. So cardiac muscles, it will undergo the hypertrophy in case of systemic hypertension. So it is the pathological examples. So if there is a systemic hypertension, then cardiac muscles, it will lead to the formation of hypertrophy. It will adapt to hypertrophy. Then the physiological example are so simple, that is occurs in our daily life. So what the due to functions? So we know that during the pregnancy we need big uterus. So the uterus during the pregnancy is undergo the hypertrophy. Then during the lactation periods, so the child needs more milk, so that will be the breast during the lactation. And we go for the gym to improve our skeletal muscles. So skeletal muscles hypertrophy. So these are the daily examples that we see. Uterus during the pregnancy, breast during the pregnancy, and skeletal muscles hypertrophy. So in and pathological example, what we have? Pathological, that is systemic hypertension, it leads to the cardiac muscles to the hypertrophy, or we can say left ventricular hypertrophy mainly, because left ventricle is the biggest chamber. Then the next we have hyperplasia. So what the hyperplasia we can do? For the hyperplasia, remember hyperplasia. So hyperplasia, there is a S means sun means number. So there is an increase in the number. Increase in number means increase in size of organs. And it occurs in the dividing or proliferating, occur in dividing or proliferating cells. So if there is a dividing or proliferating cells, that it will lead to the hyperplasia. Then what will have? Cause. What the cause of that? It mainly due to mainly the hormonal problem. So if there is a stress will be there, like hormonal changes will be there, hormonal stimulation will be there, then it will lead to the, like if I say the growth factor, mainly the growth factor, like it can be the hormonal growth factor that occurs in an induced proliferation of mature or stem cell, because the stem cells are cells those forms the new cell. So these are the growth factors that occurs that induce the proliferation of the mature and the stem cells. Other example what we can have? Example for the hyperplasia. Can the hyperplasia and hypertrophy can occur together? Yes, बिल्कुल. क्यों? क्योंकि हमें पता है यूट्रस, तो यूट्रस ड्यूरिंग द प्रेगनेंसी क्या होता है, यूट्रस को साइज में भी इंक्रीज होता है, उनको नंबर भी इंक्रीज करना पड़ता है. सो फॉर द प्रेगनेंसी वी नीड टू प्रोवाइड द स्पेस. सो फॉर दैट uterus during the pregnancy, again it will go for both hyperplasia as well as hypertrophy. ठीक है. अगला एग्जांपल यहाँ पे जो फिजियोलॉजिकल है, तो वो क्या है? ब्रेस्ट ड्यूरिंग. तो ब्रेस्ट में भी क्या होता है? ड्यू टू हार्मोनल प्रॉब्लम. सो ब्रेस्ट ड्यूरिंग द लैक्टेशन और प्रेगनेंसी, इट आल्सो एग्जांपल फॉर द हाइपरप्लेसिया आल्सो. So what happened in the lactation? There is a two hormone. Remember, lactation there is a two hormone. So one hormone, that is a milk formation hormone. Milk formation, that is prolactin. Which hormone? Prolactin. But if we talk about the milk ejecting hormone, so milk ejecting hormone is what? Milk ejecting hormone is oxytocin. Milk ejecting hormone is oxytocin. Okay. Then we have some pathological examples. So what the pathological examples we have? Pathological examples. pathological, it mainly due to, again, due to hormone excess. So pathological, if I will say that the estrogen excess will be there, estrogen excess will be there, and there is a androgen excess. Androgen, it is a group of testosterone. It's a group of the testosterone. So if there is a estrogen will be excess in the body, that it leads to the endometrial hyperplasia. It will act on the endometrium. Estrogen act on the E for estrogen, E for endometrium. So estrogen act on the endometrium, and it leads to the endometrial hyperplasia. And if there is a more androgen will be in the body in case of the male, then it leads to the benign prostatic hyperplasia. Benign prostatic hyperplasia, or we can say BPH. BPH. Okay. Now there is a, if it will be hyperplasia or pathology due to some disorder like pathological hyperplasia due to some disorder, then it will lead to the dysplasia and finally lead to the cancer. Finally lead to the cancer. But here is an exception, that what the exception we have, exception is benign prostatic hyperplasia. So it is the exception, because it have no increased risk of cancer. So there is a no increased risk of cancer. It means it benign prostatic hyperplasia is the exception in which there is no increased risk of the cancer. So here is the endometrial hyperplasia, it will lead to the formation of the cancer. Okay, the next is our so this is about our hyperplasia and hypertrophy. So hypertrophy, it simply means, yes, it simply means that increase in the size, and hyperplasia, it simply means increase in the number. Both lead to the increase in the organ size. And in case of the endometrial hyperplasia, we see S-shaped or serpentine gland. S-shaped or serpentine gland. Also, if there is a more gland will be there. So if you can see in the diagram, if there is a more gland, we can see that it means there is a hyperplasia, because there is increase in the number of the glands. And in the last we will study some diagrams. Then the next is about hypertrophy. Sorry, next is about atrophy. So hypertrophy means hyper, jada. Atrophy means come. A means absent. So atrophy means decrease in cell size. Decrease in cell size is known as a hypertrophy. Then what the cause of that? Means that be due to decreasing the stress, due to decrease in stress. But the stress it can have, maybe like it can due to hormonal stimulations, then disuse of the organs. Normally what we are doing, we don't use our brain, that will lead to the hypertrophy. Okay. तो अगर हम अपने दिमाग को ज्यादा यूज नहीं करेंगे तो वो क्या हो जाएगा, धीरे धीरे रिड्यूस होना स्टार्ट कर देगा, काम करना बंद कर देगा. So that is also example of the atrophy. Then there is a decrease nutrients. If there is a nutrients, if you not take proper diet, then it can also lead to the atrophy, decrease in the cell. Our cell size will be reduced. We will become so thin and unhealthy. Now, what the mechanism of actions or what the cause of the hypertrophy? So there is a 3 mechanisms that I want to discuss. So first is that it decrease in the cell number, it occur via the apoptosis. So there is a via apoptosis. So if there is a apoptosis will be there, so it means there is apoptosis means that is programmed cell death. That is programmed cell death. Okay, so if there is apoptosis, so in apoptosis cell membrane is intact. Okay, we will study about necrosis and apoptosis further. So just for remember, via apoptosis it can lead to the decrease in the size. Then the second is important point or important cause for the atrophy, that is ubiquitin, due to ubiquitin proteasome degradation. Proteasome proteasome degradations. So ubiquitin proteasome degradations, it will lead, but it is the mechanism of action for the leads to the atrophy. So what happen in this case, or in this pathway, or in this degradations, that the cell will, there is a protein ubiquitin, it is a protein, and proteasome, it is a cell organelle, or organelle present within the cell organelle. Okay, so this ubiquitin protein, it enter into intermediate filament of cytoskeleton, intermediate filament of cytoskeleton protein. Okay, now this ubiquitin is tagged with, we can say it ubiquitin is UQ is tagged with cytoskeleton. Now when the ubiquitin tagged with the cytoskeleton, it enters into the proteasomes. When it enters into the proteasomes, then the proteasomes, what they do, they will proteasome recognized ubiquitin and destroy them. Okay, so the complete name is proteasome ubiquitin proteasome degradation of ubiquitin proteasome degradation of the cytoskeleton. Okay, so this is the second mechanism. Now third mechanism is autophagy. So autophagy of the cellular component, autophagy of cellular component. So what would happen there? So in the case of the autophagy, it involves the generation of, it will involve generation of autophagic vacuoles. So there is a generation of autophagic vacuoles. autophagy मतलब खुद ही खा लेना, एक प्रकार से क्या है, खुद ही खा लेना, खुद की सेल को खुद ही खा लेना, that is autophagy. That we will also study. So that is the generation of autophagic vacuoles. And now this vacuole, जो vacuole है, वो किसके साथ फ्यूज हो जाएगा? Vacuoles will fuse with lysosomes. और lysosomes में आपको पता है क्या होता है? हाइड्रोलिटिक एंजाइम. क्या होता है? हाइड्रोलिटिक एंजाइम. अब जो ये हाइड्रोलिटिक एंजाइम है, वो क्या करेंगे? ब्रेक डाउन द सेलुलर कंपोनेंट्स. That will break down the cellular component. अगर सेलुलर कंपोनेंट, अंदर का सारा माल अगर निकल गया तो सेल क्या हो जाएगी? छोटी, reduced. So that is break down the cellular component, that leads to the decrease in the cell size or leads to the atrophy. Okay, so we have further physiological atrophy example like thymus atrophy. Okay, so thymus atrophy, we know that is in case of age involution. So in case of age involution and notochord atrophy. So it's seen in the case of age involution. Thymus undergo the age involutions, and notochord atrophy, it also the physiological example for the atrophy. What the pathological hypertrophy? Pathological. So pathological means senile. Senile means age. Senile का वैसे अगर वो होता है ना, senile और age मतलब like more age. Okay, so senile atrophy, and if there is a pressure atrophy will be there, disuse atrophy, denervation atrophy due to nutritional will be that I already told that due to stimulations, or we have that due to decreased blood supply. So all that, like if there is something decreasing or something decrease in the disusing of the organs, that it will lead to the pathological hypertrophy. Okay, then there is a one okay, this is about the atrophy. So we have the word via the apoptosis, the programmed cell. Then the next is ubiquitin proteasome degradation of the cytoskeleton, second mechanism. Third mechanism is autophagy of the cellular components. So this is about our atrophy. The next we have metaplasia. Next we have important, very important, metaplasia. So metaplasia, M for metaplasia, M for mukul, nahi. So M for metaplasia. So M for it's a very important topic. So okay, metaplasia. Metaplasia is what? It is simply in simple terms, it is a change in the cell type. In simple terms, change in cell type is known as metaplasia. अगर वहां पे मैंने कोई स्ट्रेस चेंज कर दिया, जैसे कि मेटाप्लेसिया, सो मेटाप्लेसिया से चेंजिंग इज संग्रहित, तो चेंजिंग जो हो रहा है, जो न्यू चेंजेस आ रहे हैं, तो सेल विल able to adapt in the new environment. Cell will able to adapt in the new environment. That's why this changing will occur. Like the most common, अगर मैं बात करूं यहाँ पे, the most common, it involves the one type of the surface epithelium. Most common is causes one type of surface epithelium it changing to other epithelium, that is, or maybe connective tissue change to the muscular tissue. Muscular changes, मतलब one tissue changing to another tissue is known as the metaplasia. Okay, great. Then next we have what the examples we have and what the mechanism. What the mechanism is, means there is changing, the reprogramming of the stem cells. That if there is like reprogramming of the cells, stem cells are changing their steps, that is the reprogramming of stem cells, means the stem cells are producing the new cells that are able to adapt in the new environment. That is our mechanisms. The next is what? Next we have examples. What the most common example, if we talk, the most common example is our squamous metaplasia. Squamous metaplasia. Squamous metaplasia, it's seen in the smokers. सुट्टेबाजों में दिखाई देता है. Seen in smokers. तो उनको क्या बोलेंगे हम? स्मोकर्स. तो स्मोकर्स में क्या होता है, जो कि बहुत लाइक दिन में 10 20 सिगरेट जैसे, that will seen in the smokers, that is our squamous metaplasia. So what happened, what is the normal epithelium of the respiratory tract? That is pseudostratified ciliated columnar epithelium. Pseudostratified ciliated columnar epithelium. Columnar epithelium. This is the normal, but due to more smoking, it will change to the stratified squamous epithelium. It changes to the stratified squamous epithelium. That's why it's known as squamous metaplasia. Then another example is what? Another example is second is Barrett's esophagus. Barrett's esophagus में क्या होता है? उल्टा होता है कुल मिला के. Barrett's esophagus. It is the classical example for the metaplasia to occur. So in the Barrett esophagus, we know that it also known as columnar line esophagus. It's columnar line esophagus. What happen in this case? That if there is a Barrett's esophagus will be there. So normally the esophagus, it's lined by stratified non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium that convert into the columnar epithelium, that convert into the columnar epithelium on exposure to GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease. Gastroesophageal reflux disease. What happened in this case of Barrett's esophagus, because it's important that normally it is lined by the non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. So it is then what happened due to the acid reflux. So what happened, gastroesophageal reflux. So यहाँ पे क्या है, reflux. So due to acid reflux, there is acid in the gastric stomach. So due to the acid reflux from the stomach, it caused the metaplasia. Why it happened? Due to acid reflux. So if there is acid reflux will be there, that leads to the metaplasia, and it convert into the non-ciliated mucin producing, that is columnar cells. So these are the non-ciliated columnar epithelium, and these are mucin producing cells. Okay. Sometimes the metaplasia it leads to the cancer. Like if we talk about the Barrett's esophagus, it leads to the formation of adenocarcinoma. It leads to the adenocarcinoma of esophagus. Here is the one exception. Okay, here is the one exception that will no increase risk for the cancer in case of the metaplasia is apocrine metaplasia of breast. Apocrine metaplasia of breast, it will never undergo in case of the cancer. One more another important point is that metaplasia is only reversible process. It only reversible process. Other process are what? Other process are irreversible. So if you remove the stress, or if you are like quit the smoking, and if you are in case of Barrett's esophagus, if you are taking the treatment for the GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease, then it will reverse the metaplasia, or the cell will undergo in the same state. So there is metaplasia, that is the reversible stage. Then the next is about our another example is sometimes there is a vitamin A deficiency. Another example, vitamin A deficiency. So third example is this, that if there is a vitamin A deficiency, that is also leads to the metaplasia. Why it will happen? Because vitamin A, it is responsible for differentiation of specialized epithelial surface. जैसे कि कंजक्टिवा, okay, जैसे कंजक्टिवा of the eye that requires the vitamin A. Then the another example is that the connective tissue metaplasia. That's the important, another one important example, that is connective tissue metaplasia. What that is that? What the name of that? That is myositis ossificans. Myositis ossificans. Myositis ossificans. So myo means muscles and ossi means bone. So both are the connective tissue. So myo means muscles and ossification means bones. So muscles, it change to the bone. It is the connective tissue metaplasia, or we can say mesenchymal metaplasia. Okay. So this is about our metaplasia. Okay, let's a quick revision for that. So metaplasia, it is a change in the cell type mainly due to one type of the surface epithelium, it's changing to another epithelium. But the mechanism is that the reprogramming of the cells that produce the new cells. Most common example here, the squamous metaplasia that's seen in the smokers. So remember, it is the most common. So if it is the most common mechanisms, Then another example, that is the Barrett's esophagus. So Barrett's esophagus, it also known as columnar line esophagus, stratified non-keratinized squamous epithelium changed to the non-ciliated columnar epithelium, and it is the mucin producing cells. So what happened in case of histopathological slide, what we see the intestinal like metaplasia, or the goblet cell will see, and these non-ciliated columnar epithelium cells that produce the mucin. Okay. Okay, one important more point here, that special stain for Barrett's esophagus. For Barrett's esophagus is what? Alcian blue and mucin carmine, because it produces the mucin, and it is the stain for also the stain for the mucin, that is Alcian blue and the mucin carmine, stain for mucin. So that stain we can also use for the Barrett's esophagus, because the non-ciliated columnar epithelium cell, they also produce the mucin, or the mucin producing cells. Then exception is here, normally all the metaplasics examples, they undergo the undergo the cancers, but exception is here, that is apocrine metaplasia of the breast, that will not lead to the formation of the cancer. The next is the important point is here, that metaplasia. So metaplasia, remember, it is always irreversible. It is always reversible, others are irreversible. Then another example is vitamin A deficiency, and one more important example, that is connective tissue metaplasia known as myositis ossificans. The muscles will change to the bone. So this is about our metaplasia. Okay, so the next is our dysplasia. Next is dysplasia. So dysplasia means this means there is a disordered. This means disordered cellular growth. That is disordered cellular growth. So what will happen in this case? It's most often it refers to the proliferation. So if there is a proliferation of the precancerous cells, or means we can say this refers to the proliferation of precancerous cells, is our dysplasia. How it will happen? Like if you have the long-standing hyperplasia and long-standing hypertrophy, like endometrial hyperplasia. So as I already discussed, that endometrial hyperplasia will undergo the dysplasia. Dysplasia means there is a disorder, like cellular growth will be disorder. There is no cellular growth will be there. That leads to the further lead to the carcinoma. Then for examples, we have one example we have, that is cervical intraepithelial neoplasia. Cervical intraepithelial neoplasia. It represents the dysplasia. Okay, and it represents the dysplasia. It is a precursor. Why it is represent? Because it is a precursor for cervical cancer. Precursor for cervical cancer. Okay. Then there is a dysplasia. It is also reversible. It is also reversible. It is also reversible process. When we will reduce the stress or remove the stress, or any external factors, when we will remove them, then it will reverse it. So it will be reversible. Then there is a aplasia and hypoplasia. Aplasia means plasia or a. So there is a absence. Something aplasia means absence. So there is a failure or absence of cell projection. Absence of cell production during embryogenesis. During embryogenesis. So that is aplasia. What are the examples we can have? That is unilateral renal Agenesis. What does it mean? Agenesis. Genesis means formation. Formation is absent. Means patient develop one kidney only. Only one kidney will be there. So that is example for aplasia. Okay. Then the next is hypoplasia. Hypoplasia is what? Hypo means hypo. That means something less. So it is decrease in the cell productions. Decrease. If aplasia means complete absence, and hypoplasia means decrease in cell productions. Decrease in the cell production, that is hypoplasia. What the examples? Like Turner syndrome. In case of the Turner syndrome, what will happen in Turner syndrome? There is a streak ovary in Turner syndrome. That is the case of hypoplasia. There is ovaries present, but there is a decrease in the cell production of the ovary. That is streak ovary will be there. And one more another terms not related to this, that related to the carcinogenesis is our same thing, anaplasia. So anaplasia is what? Anaplasia in simple terms, it's a lack of differentiations. Lack of differentiation. Simply terms, lack of differentiation. And it usually irreversible process. Usually irreversible. What will happen, like if we have the like if I have the normal cells like this one, so it will change to another one. Okay, and it is the hallmark of malignancy. It is the hallmark for malignancies. Okay, so I hope you understand. Okay, I hope everything is clear here. So this is the finish, and in the next video we'll study about a new topic. For now, goodbye, take care. Please share this video as much as you can, and thanks for watching. You can follow me on the Instagram for any further queries at the rate medicmukuls, and you can find the lots of question will be there and lots of interesting medical post will be there. Okay, bye bye, take care.